Hi, welcome back to Aspiring to Disney. I'm your host, Rosie. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about Disneyland's inception. And before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about Walt Disney himself. So when I was growing up watching The Wonderful World of Color, Disney had nothing to do with it. Walt Disney was just the host of the show and I had no interest in him. It was all about the parks. But as I grew older, I wanted to learn more about this man who had built this great empire. You thought to yourself, wow, he had what a run. But the truth is, the man failed multiple times. In fact, one of his first characters was a character called Oswald the Rabbit. And Oswald the Rabbit had some success, and when he went to the distributors to sort of renegotiate his contract, they said to him, no. Not only did they refuse him more money, but they said to him, you don't own this character, we do. And they hired away his animators and left him with nothing. Nothing. So he had to go back to the office and tell his wife and kids, look, I've lost it all. We can't. But instead of seeing that failure and letting it squash him, he saw it as an opportunity, and so he created a new character, and he made sure he owned the license to that character, and that character was Mickey Mouse. And as we all know, Mickey Mouse started it all. Same thing happened when he attempted Snow White. There had never been another full-length cartoon. He saw it as a movie, and all the naysayers said, people aren't going to go see that. People aren't going to sit for a cartoon. And, there were warnings that it was going to make children go blind. But he persisted, and of course, he won an Oscar for it. Then here you think he achieved success. He had Mickey Mouse. He had these full-length movies that he was now producing. But was he satisfied? No. One day he's in the park with his daughters and they were on a carousel. He was sitting on the park bench and he was thinking to himself, there has to be a place where children and adults can really enjoy together instead of me being here and them being there. And so the seed for Disneyland was planted. And he went to his corporation and he went to the board of directors and the investors and he said, I want to open this park. And they said, we're not giving you money for that. Are you crazy? You're an animator. That's your business. Why would you want to open an amusement park? That's done. And he's like, no, it's not an amusement park. But still they said no. And instead of being discouraged, he said to them, well, if I can't have the money for that, you can't use my name in the corporation. And of course, his name was the corporation. It was the brand. And so he licensed his own name to his company and got seed money for Disneyland that way. He also went to ABC, and ABC had been hounding him to do a television show, but he had shied away from that until now, when he said, if you help sponsor me, if you help sponsor the park, we can promote the park and we can do this weekly television show. And they said yes. So that's what happened the whole year. The show was showing you Disneyland in its production and being building up your anticipation. The day that it opened, July 17th, 1955, was a disaster. Absolute disaster. It wasn't ready. The cement was still wet. They didn't have enough foliage for the park. Twice as many people arrived as they were expecting because there were counterfeit tickets that had been circulating. The weather was 101 degrees, and if that wasn't enough, prior to opening, there was a plumber's strike, and he had to choose between having bathrooms or water fountains, and naturally he chose the bathrooms because he said people can drink soda, they can't pee in a cup. And not only did the first day go terribly awry, but it was all televised. Did the man give up? No, he did not. He just kept improving it until America fell in love with that park. Come back next time. I'll tell you a little bit more about Disneyland, and then I'll tell you how Disney World sprung from Disneyland. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.